is this movie for? I think I know the answer. So I just got back from the premiere of Joker Folie, Deux, and man, I got some thoughts. So just like the first Joker movie, the cinematography and the sound design, on point. Lady Gaga, she can sing her ass off. And yes, this is a musical if you haven't already heard. Joaquin Phoenix, once again, just an absolute force of nature on screen. You top that off with a shocker of an ending, which we'll get to in a bit. On paper, this is all the ingredients to be a cinematic masterpiece. But somehow it just falls flat, because ultimately I think there was no real story to tell. See, the first Joker movie, that was the entire story. It was a self-contained story, right? Joaquin Phoenix and director Todd Phillips said as much in interviews. It was a one and done freaking masterpiece. But of course, the studios, well, they can't leave well alone. They gotta make that sequel for that cash. So I feel like they made a movie for themselves. It feels like an avant-garde passion project. You know, we have a term for that here in Singapore, syok sendiri, which if you think about it is kind of the theme of the movie. Anyway, how else would you describe a comic book musical filled with 70s references, barely any action, like 70% of the movie is a courtroom drama, interspersed with musical interludes, and barely any character growth? And what about Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn? Well, we also don't really get to know her motivations. And talk about a downer. Okay, don't get me wrong, I get it. This is not supposed to be a fun superhero action movie. This is a commentary on how society loves sensationalizing and fetishizing certain behaviors, right? And it's one of my favorite things about the movie, that absolute gut punch at the end when
You can do anything you want.
But man, that's the kind of shit you gotta sit down and stew with for a bit, you know? It's not a fun popcorn movie, it's a sit down and discuss it in film class sort of a movie, and that is not for everybody. Oh, and the ending, I won't spoil it for you, but I feel like it's just a bit of fan service. It's cool if you catch it. Okay, let me put it this way. At the end, pay attention to the guy behind Arthur as the camera zooms in on Arthur. That's all I'll say. Hey, watch it for yourself and let me know what you think. Do you agree with my theory on why they made this movie? And